Hello, everybody. It's Mrs. Pound, and we are studying Chapter 5.4 on Human Development for Purposeful Design's Life Science. Today, we're going to take a look at Section 5.4.1 on the endocrine system. So, our objectives today will be to explain the purpose of hormones, identify the endocrine glands, and describe the function of each endocrine gland. So the hormones carry information from one part of the body to another through the circulatory system. And hormones are chemical messengers. So they are chemical messengers. The endocrine system is another messenger system. The other messenger system is your nervous system. But it's a much slower system, but it affects the whole body more. So where the nervous system is very fast and specific, the endocrine system is slower and more nonspecific. In your endocrine system, there are glands. This is an organ that secretes hormones and other chemicals. So these are the endocrine glands that we are going to talk about today. The pituitary gland is a gland located in the center of the brain that is called the master gland. It's because it secretes hormones that control a lot of the other glands, and it produces several hormones, including growth hormone. In fact, when I was in college, I had a high school friend, who discovered that she had a tumor in her pituitary gland that had to be removed. And as a kid, she had kind of strange things going on with her body. She had unexplained weight gain. She had very high blood pressure for a young girl. In fact, she had high blood pressure in 5th grade, and she started to grow facial hair for no explained reason. And that's because she had this tumor in her pituitary gland that controls a lot of the other glands and controls many functions in your body. So the pituitary gland is right here in the brain. The hypothalamus is the link between the endocrine and nervous systems, and it controls homeostasis, so maintaining stability in your body, and signals the body to begin puberty. So that is the hypothalamus. So body changes that you are starting to see now are partly due to the hypothalamus. Then there's the pineal gland. This influences the reproductive system development and daily rhythms. So I have a little girl sleeping here because that's one of your daily rhythms. So right here, the pineal gland. So those are all very closely associated with the brain. The next gland I want to talk about is the parathyroid gland, and it regulates calcium levels in the body. This is important for your bones and also, though, for your muscles, because your muscles also use calcium, so maintaining and regulating the balances of calcium. And the parathyroid is here in your throat area. Also in that area is the thyroid gland, and it regulates your body metabolism. So a lot of times, if it's noticed that you have unexplained weight gain or unexplained weight loss, one of the first things they check are your thyroid to see if it is functioning properly. If you're really tired or especially agitated, that's a good place to start, especially because in this area there is a lot of thyroid disease for some reason in the Western New York area. So right here in the throat region. Below that is the thymus. This is a gland that produces a hormone important in the development of the immune system, and it affects production of T cells and immune system development. This is especially active for young children, and in fact, as we get older, this gland actually shrinks. And the thymus is right here in the chest area. Adrenal glands, you've probably heard of adrenaline before. These produce adrenaline for fight or flight response. So it's that extra surge that you need in those situations. This is the hormone that is responsible for some people, like all of a sudden, like if they're in a stressful situation, they have like super strength. and they've been known to do things like lift cars, and it's due to the adrenaline. However, if you're too stressed all the time, you have a buildup of adrenaline in your body, it can actually cause you to be sick as well. So if you're under a lot of stress for a long period of time, adrenaline is not good, but it is good when you need it in an instant. So the adrenal glands are on top of the kidneys. There's also your pancreas. This produces insulin, which regulates the transport of sugar molecules into body cells. When there's a malfunction of the pancreas, then you have diabetes. And so the pancreas is what controls that right here, the pancreas. There are also the ovaries, which are reproductive glands that produce hormones that regulate the female reproductive system. It's also what makes women feminine, gives them their feminine characteristics. And then there are the testes. These are reproductive glands that produce hormones that regulate the male reproductive system. It's also produces the hormones that give males their characteristics. For example, being able to grow facial hair is due to hormones produced by the testes, and other characteristics that make men masculine. For example, the ability to build muscle more than women, and so on and so forth. So our objectives today were to explain the purpose of hormones, identify the endocrine glands, and describe the function of each endocrine gland. Don't forget your 5 questions in the margin of your notes, and keep watching this video to answer the questions at the end.